Hello everybody and welcome to Fire Force Season 2 Episode 11 Anime Review, in an episode that didn't really focus on said Fire Force. Well, focused on one of them, that being Mr. Victor Licht. I have no idea why I added the twang to his name there, but what can you do? Also focused a bit on Joker, who I'm getting even more convinced is actually a good guy and not a bad guy at all. He's like an anti-hero renegade type, is what it seems anyway. But let's get into the episode, see how everything went down, and do this thing. We begin with Mr. Victor Licht. I'm going to stop doing that now. Heading to a secret location. Well, to me it seemed pretty secret. On the Fire Force base. It might just have been his room, but it looked pretty secret. So it was probably just his room though. Anyway, Shinron reports to the captain what they learned, everything about how the church might be lying to them basically. Scriptures are false. Gonna tell the top brass, captain. And I was like, no, you keep this to yourself, man. This puts you at risk. If you know the truth, and they don't want you to know the truth, you know, you'll be outed. The government, they'll have you. I'm telling you, man. Conspiracy nuts all over the place. Iris is pretty shook by all this, of course, because, you know, she's a sister. She's like, oh man, everything we learned could be a lie. That's not good and everything. Hopefully she's not going to turn bad over it. That would be pretty not good. Shinron is like, I have to find the truth for all of the believers to see, you know, if what they've believed in is a lie or anything. It's like, Shinron, you're a good guy, Shinron. You're a very good guy. Meanwhile, Licht is working on analysing the numbers from inside the tabernacle. And that he does. It was pi, it turns out, as Arthur said. Don't know how pi is related to it, though. Like, we know it's pi, but we don't know why it's pi. So, who can say? I have no idea. Maybe it's something to do with it being in a circle? Maybe the numbers have some relation to where the other tabernacles have to be built to make a circle, and then they, like, fuse in the middle of the circle? I have no idea if you couldn't tell, but that's my idea. Truth would get hushed up almost immediately, Mr. Licht is thinking. He's like, okay, well, you know, the public ain't going to find this stuff out. And then Licht is like, Fire Force can't do anything in this situation. It's time for something a bit rougher. So I'm guessing he's going to be like a vigilante type. He's going to be like a man of two halves. You know, he's going to be a Fire Force Licht, and then I'm a super vigilante Batman type Licht. Could be wrong though. That's just how I see it going. Although, maybe not, because, well, we'll get to it. Shinron gets a visitor from Zero. Remember Zero, who calls himself a dark hero? Further putting it in your head that, hey, he's not a bad guy. He's just one of them renegade types, them anti-heroes as they are known. He's asked him, he's like, hey, you want to help me attack the Soul Temple, basically, because, you know, they're mean to you and all that. Which, okay, pretty, you know, just letting your intentions be known. Well, if he says no, he's going to stop you then, Zero. Licht wants the right answers. We see a flashback of all this to him years earlier. He'd finished a paper. He met Zero then. He's like, I just want the right answers. Which I guess makes sense. He wants the truth of the world and all that, I think is what he said. Yeah, truth of the world. Right answer is the one thing he can trust. So I guess he's been through some stuff that we're not completely aware of yet. And Zero says, hey, it's only the heroes that need just causes. And Licht just gets this smirk on his face. Basically saying, I don't need a just cause. I'm just going to do what I feel like it to find this right answer. He also walked past some woman when he smirked. So maybe he just thought she was very attractive and had a little smile on his face to reflect that. Somehow, though, I don't think that's it. Shinron learns from the captain that the higher-ups have said, hey, no, this information can't go public. You've got to wait 3 years for that. And Shinron's getting all annoyed because he's like, what was even the point then? And yeah, I mean, I could have told you they wouldn't let you do this. Licht is thinking, he's like, Imperial dogs can't do this, it's up to a stray dog. And it's like, Licht, why are you coming out with all these banging lines? They're awesome. What's up with you? Shinron is out of the house with Zero. They're going. He and Zero are going to bust into the main building. They're just overlooking it from a nearby building. The reason Shinron came along is A, you know, the church ain't too fond of him for not being, you know, part of their sect, I guess. So he wants to get at them for that, and B, to make sure that Zero doesn't do anything fishy. Because he doesn't trust him, but he figures it's safer for him to be with him than to be not with him. Because he can stop him if he needs be. doing this for his just cause is Zero. He's like, this is my just cause. I'm like, I want to know more about you, not like the video game with all the explosions. Like, you get what I'm saying. He wants to know the truth as well. Does old Zero. So I don't think Zero is licked, because I think we've seen them in the same place at the same time. But I definitely think, I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe it's just a twin personality thing and we're just seeing different times. But I don't think they're the same person. That's just what I think anyway. Inside this building are the true scriptures, and they're overlooking it and they're like, alright, let's go down. And so basically it turns out they climbed that building just to look cool and pose off into the distance, you know. Zero is actually quite funny when you think about it. He's very almost chuny, because he's like dark hero looking off into the distance, gotta look cool, you know. It's all very over the top a little bit, and it's kind of funny. I like him a lot. He's a funny guy, despite being, I mean, I was gonna call him a villain. He's not a villain. He's an anti-hero badass. Let's go with that. We then go to a Pope-like guy. I don't know if he is the Pope, but he looks like a Pope. He talks about how there used to be loads of religions in the world, and now they're all unified under one banner, the Soul Banner, and all that. Make me feel like even more that he's evil, because he's like, if you're not under our rule, then you're bad, basically. He definitely wants to kill all of Shinmon's people. Like, that to me, definitely is how it came across. I could be wrong, but, I mean, I don't think he's got any qualms about doing that. But then as they're talking, they're like, hey, we've been told not to attack Shinron, and then some guy comes and is like, he's attacking us! What do we do? And the Pope just looks at him like, what did you do? And they're like, we didn't attack him, I swear. And it's like, no, it's he who strikes first strikes best. I don't remember the quote. Strikes best, he who strikes first strikes last, I think is how it goes. That makes more sense. Basically meaning is you kill it in one hit, you win. You don't give him a chance to counter-attack. Or I'm completely wrong. I have no idea. Quite frankly, I am not one of them philosophy people. The two of them very quickly wreck their opposition, who just seem to be regular. They're like priests, I guess. They've all got like a little bald spot on their head. I forget like why. Like I think it's probably something to do with the soul religion. I don't remember why. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Zero says F the Holy Soul Temple, and it's like censored. It's like a gunshot to censor it, and that was kind of funny. I thought that was a funny joke. He just doesn't like the Soul Temple, this is Shinron now. He thinks Amaterasu smells of blood, which Zero is like, he's sharp. It's basically saying, yes, there is a person in there that is powering it. Want to make them understand that one person going wild could ruin everything for them. He says like one animal, but it's implied that, hey, if one person goes wild, it's going to ruin your whole kerfuffle, basically. So let's not do that. Then Shinron gets blow-darted by some random, and passes out. Large priest guy shows up. He's a big muscular dude. And then Zero is like, you dead? Hey, wake up. You alright? You alright down there? And then he calls him lame. So poor Shinron gets called lame, and he's unconscious. So I guess we're going to have Zero fighting the big priest guy. So that should be good. I don't think this arc is going to go on for super long. Like, I can't see it being... I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, in the opening there's a big old fight going on, so I could be wrong. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes, because it's not so often we go away from the main group like Shinron and that, and so it's exciting to see what exactly is going on. And they're looking for the truth of the world in there, the true scriptures, what actually happened. So there's that. That's pretty exciting, I think. Find out exactly what actually happened. Maybe find out who the girl, she's more a girl than a woman, isn't she? The girl in the thingy is, Amaterasu. Maybe that's written in there. Who knows? I most certainly don't. We get to my favourite part of the episode, which is quite honestly just the image of them beating up some innocent priests. They said they're like the defense force. They just look like regular old priests to me. They didn't put up much of a fight, so they were basically innocent, and it was kind of funny to look at, Zero's F the Holy Soul Temple as well. Throw that in there as well. That was very funny. Just out of nowhere, it's like, yeah! And then the gunshot cut it off. I can't say it because I don't want YouTube to be mad at me. But, F the Holy Soul Temple. I think that's where we're going to. I could definitely see Shinra tagging along and being like, okay, they're bad, So I need to stop them, basically. And the Fire Force will go, no Shinron, you can't do that. And then Shinron will be like, I have to do it anyway. And then he will. And Arthur will probably follow him like, I gotta make sure you don't get out of hand. Something like that. I could see them getting involved at some point. Not for this little bit, but I mean, further down the line. A big old fight against the Holy Sultan. Maybe put them on the most wanted list because they're like, they know the truth. Eliminate them. Order 66 and all that. Maybe. I have no idea, quite frankly. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.